Yo, what's up guys? Strompest here with another YouTube video. Today I'm going to talk about 5 things that can help you climb with Ryze. It's going to be really quick and really simple. Mostly has to do with things like items, how you want to use your abilities and your mana early, and all that. First things first though, let's get down to runes. Electrocute's a bait, don't take it. You're not a burst mage, you're mostly a team fighter. And your dueling isn't actually that great. Like, you can win duels, but it's not his forte anymore. His forte is AoE damage. So to navigate the team fight, you're going to want Phase Rush, Mana Flow ban for mana, Transcendence, because this ability is just straight busted right now, Gathering Storm, Taste of Blood, Ravenous Hunter for sustain, because you're really squishy. And as for adaptive, right, you always want ability haste on the first row. Second row, you can go ability power or defense if you're in a really hard matchup. And obviously, just whatever defensive stat you're feeling versus your matchup. Okay, so first thing I'll talk about is your starter items. What you want to start these days is you have two options. You can go this, or you can go this. Personally, I prefer going Sapphire and refillable because it's going to save you gold on potions throughout the whole game, basically. The reason you don't actually have to start tier right is because this is not going to be an OP item until it turns into this, and you're not going to have the gold to actually complete this until you get the full stack. So I usually just buy tier on my first base. So I start refillable, reset, and then I buy tier. Is usually how my game goes. Okay, and then also, while you're laning, you don't want to use your mana too much. Let me just demonstrate real quick, right? Okay. So let's say you EQ, right? Great, it does 95 damage. That's a pretty decent chunk, actually. But let's say you level up to 4. Alright, you're level 4 now. Your mana cost is the same. This costs 40 at level 3 with 1 point in it, and now it still costs 40 at level 4 with 2 points in it. Let's see how much the damage goes up. It went up by around 30. That is actually crazy, right? Even more. Level 5. Mana cost is still the same, by the way. So I see a lot of Ryze players, they wanna win their lane hard, right? But it's not about winning your lane hard early. It's about being smart. You have to be smart with the amount of mana you use. Because let's say you win some trades at level 2 or level 3, but you use all your mana for it. You're kind of useless, right? But let's say you make it to level 4, level 5 without actually using that much mana. Well, you're going to hit like a truck, and your wave clear is insane. So that means you dictate however the lane's going to work. Because you can auto-shove whenever you want to reset. Like, look how oppressive this shove is. But look how I am, because I used abilities earlier on. So just make sure you just keep an eye on your mana is the main thing. Okay. People have also been asking what mythic is good on Ryze, or why doesn't this mythic work on Ryze? Well, I'll tell you. Okay. So the best mythic is Liondra's Anguish. This is just objectively the best mythic on Ryze. People might be wondering right now, wait, but what about Riftmaker? While I do agree that Riftmaker looks really insane on paper, it's pretty bad in practice, mostly because of mana. You're going to be so in lane that you can't do anything, and just as you saw earlier, once you run out of mana, you're kind of useless. So Riftmaker good in theory, bad in practice. Rock Belt just doesn't work. Harvester doesn't work. These three just give no mana. These two, on the other hand, do give mana, but it's awful on Ryze. Reason being ability haste. It only gives 10 ability haste per item, and this gives magic pen per legendary item, which is these, and this gives 15 AP per legendary item, which is these as well. But this gives ability haste per legendary item. And CDR is extremely important on Ryze. Once you hit level 8, right, you are going to have about 15% CDR or something. Yeah, exactly 15%. But once you buy this item, you're going to end up with 28%. But if you buy this, or Ludens, you're going to end up with only 22%. And cooldown is really important on Ryze. So, for all purposes, the only mythic you should ever build is Liondra's. You just straight up rush that. So it's really big. And then once your tier is finished, right, or once you can afford this thing, make sure you have full stacks before you upgrade this thing, because if you don't upgrade it, it's gonna do nothing. Let me show you real quick. 190 AP, right? Let me just go fully stacked tier real quick. I didn't do anything, by the way. Nothing happened. And look how much more AP I have. It went up to 247. That's how crazy it is. Seraphs is really OP when you finish it, not when you buy Archangel, so just make sure you get them tier stacks early. That's why I usually buy tier on my first base. Okay. Now, other items to really watch out for in preseason right now is Dark Seal. Dark Seal is insanely broken. Let me tell you why. This thing gives you 15 flat AP and then 50 AP from the passive. So you every kill you get 10 AP, and every assist you get 5 AP, up to a max of 65 AP total. This 350 gold item is worth more than this 1250 item. That is why every time you can afford Dark Seal at any point in the game and you just have a free item slot, I think you should buy it. Because it can get you so much more accelerated than you actually are. Obviously tier comes first, right? You want to get your tier as soon as you can. Okay. And now my last tip would be combos, Ryze combos. I mean, Ryze is a champion that's not very difficult mechanically, but the skill cap is actually insanely high, mostly because of positioning, juking, and movement. But one way to make it really easy on yourself as a Ryze is, is to use the correct combos. Okay. So obviously there's one combo, which is you just want quick damage real fast, WEQ, just like that. The other combo is CC. You EWQ. This is usually when you want follow-up because your team's nearby, or you can't land the Q in the future because they can walk away from it. So those are your two most reliable combos. Now this next combo I'm going to talk about is not very used by many people, and it kind of makes me sad because it's actually the most broken combo. So whenever you're in a team fight, you just want to EEQ, right? Reason being, look at my move speed. This is with Phase Rush actually, but without Phase Rush, I go up to 500 move speed, right? 385 base. Let's say that I just do this EQ. I'm at 385, still 385 move speed, right? I'm really slow. How are you going to catch people and do damage to them when you have no move speed? So the thing with Ryze is every time you cast two abilities and then you Q, right? You get move speed from it. And that works with E too. Like you double cast E and you'll have move speed, meaning you can glide around the team fight. Now the main complaint I hear is, oh, you're going to miss out on damage. Okay, while I do agree there are some scenarios where EQ is just worth it, like they're just all bunched up like this. This is always worth it. But let's say it's a scenario where people are just all over the freaking place, right? You EQ, right? Usually you're not going to be versus a dummy, right? They're going to walk away. By the time I Q, they're going to be over here, right? When the Q travels and is about to land. So that means that Q is not even going to land. So what you would want to do instead is you would E, keep up pace with them, keep walking with them, E, and then Q, you get move speed, and then you can either snare or do EEQ again to keep chasing them, you know? Because if you EQ, you're going to be really slow. Well, this Phase Rush isn't really helping me here, but EQ, EQ, they're just going to leave, especially with how long Ryze's cast animation is. They can just walk away from you. So one way to navigate team fights really easily is just EEQ, alright? Let's say you have some abilities up, you can WEQ, you know. You just keep chasing. Just wait, bam, now you can catch up with them, just like that. Well, it's pretty simple tricks, I think. Like I said, eventually I'll make a full Ryze guide, but right now I think this can help you guys out a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody. Bye bye.